Okay, let us start, guys. Let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Shrija. I'm a cloud solution architect. I have around 9 years of experience, and from past 4 years, I'm also extensively into the trainings. And today we are here to discuss about cloud storage solutions. Storage is very important um, everywhere. In saving data, it can be log data, it can be your application data, it can be anything, your project files, backups. There are different kinds of storage, and the demand for the storage is increasing day by day because data is increasing around the world day by day, and we will understand the different ways of uh, to store data on the cloud. First of all, we should understand different kinds of data. Okay, for this, let me take the services from AWS. We took an example, we will take example of AWS storage solutions, and we will try to explore what are all the storage options. Maybe not all the storage options, because again, we have data lakes, data stores, all these things. But we will talk about versatile storage solutions that cloud offers. So first of all, let me ask you guys, what is cloud? You might be hearing to this word cloud. Data will come from the cloud, data will go to the cloud, application will be on the cloud. So you'll be hearing, maybe you might have heard some of this cloud terminologies. What cloud exactly is? Okay, now what cloud is, let me explain in one line. Cloud is someone's data center. Previously, before the advent of cloud computing, we used to have on-prem data centers. We means IT industry used to host data center on premises. And at that time, cloud and IT and infra services, that is IT and infrastructure services, are not available to everyone. That's why online applications are not so prevalent before the advent of cloud computing. People have to set up an infrastructure in order to host an web application. Now, that is not the thing. Cloud providers came, they provided the services required, that is IT and infra services. Everyone can go and use and pay for what you have used. In just one line, I will call this cloud computing as IT and infra services are just computing resources provided for us on utility basis, like how we use electricity, how you use water and pay bills. Now we can use computing resources and pay bill. Computing resources means what are all the computing related IT infrastructure, security, maintenance, application development, so on, so forth. What are all related to IT? You can provide, you can get them and pay for what you have used. So this is IT and infra services provided on utility basis is what cloud is. And when I say cloud, I'm talking about enterprise level clouds like AWS, Azure, Google, Microsoft Azure, Google, cloud platform, and IBM. There are many. Now I'll quickly log into my AWS console. Now we will understand what cloud is. Now what cloud is? Cloud, just now I have described it as an providing IT and infra services on utility basis. You use it and pay for what you have used. Now what does that mean? What cloud provides? What does IT and infra means? Now we are familiar with applications. We have applications on our mobile. We have applications on our laptop, and 90% of those applications are online applications. Now, where do actually we are accessing? Suppose if you say, for example, if you use this any of this application which you installed on your computer, like a Microsoft Office, MS Office, you know that the files which you store will go and save in particular place. You are using the hardware of your laptop, obviously. But coming to web application, you need to host a server, and internet can use the resources of that server. Now, the set of servers setting up is nothing but on-premises data center, which not everyone can do. Only IT industry can invest their time and money in doing so. Now, thanks to cloud computing, now they have that on-prem data center. They are having the data center, then they are virtually providing what are all required for our applications, web applications. Now, what our applications need? There are versatile needs for applications, for a variety of applications. You have e-commerce site, you have a OTT platform, we have organizational applications. So there are variety of applications, and each application demands will be different. Now, cloud provides what are all that are demanded by the applications in the market. Some applications need analytics, application integration. See, it provides compute. You can just create a virtual servers or container services. You can have your databases. Suppose if you want to come up with a gaming application, game development platform is there. If you want to connect Internet of Things devices and share data, save data, host a web application related to Internet of Things, right? So platform is there. For machine learning, further to analyze the data collected from different sources, maybe from applications, maybe from devices, you have machine learning. Now this cloud, what it is, this is one stop. Now you can do whatever is required for almost every application. All your application needs and solutions are provided here. Sorry, yes, just give me a minute. Okay, sorry for keeping you waiting, guys. Let us continue. Now, cloud has all the things, tools, technologies, and solutions needed for any application. Any kind of application you can develop on the cloud. Need not only application development. If you want to just store your data, or if you want to analyze your data, all the things are there on the cloud. Now, the digital world which we are experiencing today, one of the driving factors I would say is cloud, because anyone who is non-related to IT can also come and with an online application like hospitality, healthcare, and many more industries. Everyone has their online databases today and online web applications today, and they are saying they are integrating analytics, etc. So where all this is happening on this one stop called cloud. And now on this cloud platform, we are going to explore a variety of storage solutions available. We will look into AWS and similar kind of storage solutions we have in Microsoft Azure and also in Google Cloud Platform. If you take any other cloud, if it is enterprise level cloud, similar kind of storage solutions will be available. Now let us go back to our presentation. Okay. And different types of data needs different types of storage. Not all the data will be same. And also sometimes data need to be stored locally, sometimes globally. Let us understand different kinds of storage solutions on cloud. We will start with something called as EBS, Elastic Block Storage. Now this EBS is like our hard drive storage. Now, like our laptops has a hard drive. On cloud, we have Elastic Block Store, and this storage is not an independent storage, and you need to create a virtual machine to access the storage. This is just like a hardware attached to a computer. Instead of computer, it will be attached to virtual machines. And most of us can relate to this kind of storage. Now, EFS, Elastic File Storage Solution, especially this kind of file storage is helpful for organizations. Some applications need to access shared files and they require a file system. And this type of storage solution is called as NAS, Network Attached Storage. There will be scenarios, the same application will be running on different computers, and all of the application needs some same files. Maybe development files, maybe team of people working on a project. Instead of doing on their laptops, they're doing on virtual machines on the cloud. Or it can be applications running on different devices, that is different virtual machines, but they need same file system to be shared. In such scenarios, you can opt for these kind of storage solution provided by cloud, which is called as EFS on AWS. But in general, organizations also set up these kind of storage solution called network attached storage. The name itself is explains a lot. Network attached storage. Suppose an organization is having a network, this storage solution can be attached with that network. Now, what are all the computers joins that network can access that storage. Now, cloud is also offering the storage solutions. And the beauty of cloud is without spending time and effort in configuring that storage solution, with just few steps, few clicks, you will be able to set up a shareable file system. It can be shared only within the network of computers. This is one kind of storage solution offered by cloud. And then we have this global storage solution. It's also called as object storage, and it's global. Global means through internet, from any place, from any computer, objects which are nothing but data items stored in this storage solution can be accessed. See, this is not independent storage. And if you store anything in this, which is called block storage, you can access it only with the help of a virtual machine. Now, this is a shareable storage solution. It is also not an independent storage solution, but a kind of a shareable storage solutions where EFS files can be shared within the network of computers which are in particular network where you have attached this file system. Now, this is global. Shareable to, the data items can be shared on the internet. And a lot of applications developed in the cloud take an advantage of this object storage. Because of this vast storage, and also scalability and other characteristics, a lot of applications, especially developed on the cloud, will take an advantage of this object storage. And it's flexible. It can hold petabytes of data. And also it is globally available. When coming in terms of access, we talked about these kind of storage solutions. Now, depending upon the structure of data, also variety of storage solutions available. Now, let us also talk about those storage solutions. Just give me a minute. Okay. This particular mind map is from Google. Helps us to select our storage solution. Now, data will be structured sometimes, unstructured sometimes semi-structured. Now, what is meaning of a structure? Data will have certain schema. If you take a particular organization has its employee database, they have standardized their database. That is structured data. And each entry will have a structure. That means there will be set of columns. Like employee ID, employee name, gender, maybe package, the year of joining. Like this, if you take a CRM application of an organization, most of those applications will be structured only. They don't be fluctuating. We cannot expect when a new data coming from when there is a new joining. There will be those set of columns only when you want to enter details of a particular employee. And also those items, those details or attributes, those attributes will be relatable with each other. And that's why for structured data, we can choose relational databases. Now, as I told you, this particular mind map is given by Google. So they have suggested their storage solutions. Now, is your data structured? Yes. Now, if you want to do analytics on your data, if no, see, if an employee kind of a database, what analysis you'll do? Now, nothing, right? If it is a very huge database, maybe you can do, but in such a kind of database, there won't be scope for analytics. Then, is your data is relational? That means the data entries, the columns are relatable to each other. If this is also no, then do you need a mobile SDK? If this is also no, then just go for cloud data store. Okay, for structured data base, but with when analytics is not required, they are suggesting this cloud data store. Okay, in AWS also, we have many storage solutions, RDS, NoSQL, and many other data lakes are available. So there will be equivalent for this cloud data store, where you can store your structured data. Yes. And also you can develop applications. Suppose you need to develop a mobile SDK, which has to log into this structural database, which has to write or read from the structural database. Then go for this one. So this is for structured data. Now, if you want to perform analytics on your structured data, now Google GCP is suggesting to use Cloud Bigtable or a BigQuery. And again, depending upon the latency, they are providing these options. Now, GCP is providing a versatile of options, especially for big data. See, if you take, there is Firestore, Cloud Data Store, and again, it's not just Bigtable, BigQuery, right? It's compared with other clouds, even GCP is a new entry. The storage solutions are great, and that's why they are providing variety of options, right? And now if say at this point of time, at high level, we will understand in any cloud for structured data, there will be relational databases. Like in GCP, we have Cloud Spanner, Cloud SQL. In AWS, we have RDS services. A variety of RDS services are there in AWS. Like MySQL, MariaDB, and others. And if you are someone who are feeling new about these things, so what are these? All are structured databases. Now, when you want to enter data into this database, that data should exactly match the number of columns in the database, not one more, one less. All the data entry should be filled for the if you want to write your database into relational database. So now this relational databases feel so rigid, right? Not so flexible. Each time if you want to modify the data, if there is modification in the data, you have to modify your database. Now that is about structured or relational database services, which are for structured data. Suppose your data is semi-structured or unstructured. It's not structured. It's not following the exact schema. Then if you need SDKs, now GCP is saying that they have two solutions called cloud storage, which is equivalent to object storage, and cloud storage for Firebase. So it's compatible with SDKs. SDKs are nothing but libraries which allows us to program to make use of that database. Now let me write over here. Now if data is structured, or semi-structured data, completely unstructured data. For structured data, we have a database solutions called as RDS, Relational Database Services. For semi-structured data, we have NoSQL databases, data lakes, or document DBs, document databases. All are kind of NoSQL, we can say. We have NoSQL databases. Now for unstructured, we have object storage. And further, to store structured or unstructured data, we have, these were a kind of independent storage solutions, we can say. But there are other kind of storage, which is network attached storage and block storage. Anyway, these were with, it's like just a storage on your computer. Just storage on a computer is block storage, and network attached storage is also a file system. File system means like how you have a file system on your laptop, folders, subfolders, such a kind of file system, but it can be shareable with network of computers. But to fulfill the real data needs, if it is structured data, you can host right into RDS database services. For semi-structured, you can put it into the NoSQL. For unstructured, you can put it into the object storage. Now let us explore this object storage. Before that, we will talk about some use cases where we can use structured and NoSQL databases, RDS. Now I already have given an example. Say employee database. You know that the schema will be standard always. RDS will be great for such kind of data. Now, NoSQL databases. You don't know, there might be more columns might be adding in future. More data attributes might be coming. In such scenarios, go for NoSQL databases. Especially you want flexibility. Go for NoSQL databases. Most of the search engines, search engines means not just like search engines like Google. If you take Netflix, if you are searching for something, right, maybe you might search with a certain genre name or a movie name, or you can also search with an year name. There might be different kinds of searches coming from the user. Now, based on those searches, the database has to be queried. And also, if customer logs has to be entered, there might be new data coming in from the customer searches, where if you want to write the server-side logs also into a database, something which is open to the world like Netflix. Now they cannot expect the exact structure all the time from the user. If you take customer logs or customer queries, these kind of things. In such scenarios, we cannot expect the exact structure. NoSQL databases will be great. Now, same Netflix, if they want to enter the registration details, how many number of customers registered and their details, they can go for structured, because what attributes will be there in the registration form, those can be filled in the database. The same Netflix, if they want to log customer side searches or server side logs, which are based on customer searches, NoSQL database is great, because data is semi-structured. They only know the half of the schema or just some part of the schema. Now, completely unstructured, a mix of documents, files, text, video, audio, anything can be dumped into object storage. That's why object storages are very versatile. Even though applications use structured and unstructured, they are using combination of object storage. And object storage, because of this reason, can be integrated with a lot of services on the cloud. Now let us go and explore this object storage. Since we cannot talk about each and every option, we will understand object storage, which is easy to understand and also popular, very popular in use. If you take any cloud, any applications almost touches this object storage at some point of time in the backend. Now let's go. In AWS, this object storage is called as S3. If you take Microsoft Azure, they call it as blob storage. If you take Google Cloud Platform, the same object storage, they call it as Google Cloud Storage, GCS storage. And I told you this presentation is from GCP itself, this mind map, sorry. If data is not structured, they are recommending Google storage. This is the object storage. Now, object storage is also great for web applications. You can host an application in object storage, of course, static applications. Let us understand how this object storage works. Now you can always, I told you, almost dump anything. It's not unlimited storage, but it seems like unlimited because each bucket can hold up to 5 terabytes of data. There is a limit. Now, okay, data getting into S3. Not only direct uploads, object storage has great integrations. You can directly program your application right into object storage, or there almost most of the cloud services data can be put into S3. A lot of integrations can happen. Let us go to my AWS console. I'll show you where S3 is. Under storage, we have S3. And under the same storage, we have EFS, network attached storage. Okay. And the same S3 is available in different classes, S3 Glacier. Suppose if an organization want to migrate or extend the storage to cloud, they provide a storage gateway. Now, we also talked about databases. The variety of database options are available. DocumentDB, it's a MongoDB compatible database service. NoSQL database called DynamoDB, which are great for semi-structured data. And for structured data, there is relational database services. Again, when you click on it, there will be more relational database services. Okay, now let me quickly go. We will do something on our S3, which is a popular service on AWS. And you can see, I'll just search companies using S3, something like that. Popular companies. Anyway, so a lot of companies which are familiar to us, which we use frequently, like Netflix, Airbnb, Pinterest. So these are all saving their data in S3. Because S3 is object storage, here when you create a bucket is a container where you can put your data. Now, this bucket name should be DNS compliant. DNS compliant means it can be accessible through internet. So give a name that should be unique within at least AWS namespace. So I'll just call it as AWS demo bucket 1608, today's date. Okay, now we have this option. Do you want to block all public access? No, I want to make it available to internet. And also to make objects available on the internet, I need to do this also. I need to enable access control lists. Now let us create this bucket. A lot of S3 buckets are there. Let us sort out them on a creation date. So here is our, no. Yeah, here is. Okay, we cannot explore all the options of S3 bucket, but we will understand how this global storage stores data and how we can access it. Let me upload an object. Upload. Now I took some examples. People were using S3 bucket because all the images, videos, might be the other content can be shared on the internet directly or through any other applications in between. Now, when you upload an object in S3, it will get an URL, and because it's a global storage, using that URL, you can reach out S3. Knowingly, unknowingly, you might be accessing S3. We don't know, maybe the number of applications which you are using on a daily basis. Maybe few of applications might be hosting their content on S3. Now, as I told you, directly or indirectly, directly with the URL, you can access content in S3 bucket, or you can program your application to access content or write content into the S3 bucket. Not programming is the one option to write content in the S3 bucket. Lot of integrations within the cloud services can be happen here in S3. Now let us see how we can access this particular object which I have uploaded. First, I need to make this object public. Even though I have made my bucket public, I should also make my object public. Okay, now I can ask someone who to access this image using its URL directly. Right? Now let's go back. For this reason, static websites also can be put on S3 bucket. Now, website means where do a website come from? Website will be there on the server. Again, to set up a server, you need to create if you want to set up a server on cloud, you need to create a virtual machine, install the server application, and then put all your coding related files. If you have developed your static web content in HTML, PHP, or WordPress, you have to put it in that on virtual machine. So a lot of things has to be done, right? Setting up servers, all these things. You can skip all those things if your website is just static. Now, when I say static, what is a static content? Static content can be presented without any changes. Like this image is a static content. Video is a static content. Any infographic is a static content. Now, what is a dynamic content? Now, dynamic content means, suppose if you are booking a ticket, with your details, a ticket has to be booked in the server, a respective server, whatever flight will have an online web application. There you can book a ticket. Now that will be dynamic based upon your data. The backend scripts has to fetch your data, enter into the database, look into the availability, book a ticket, and that ticket will be sent to you. This is dynamic. This is not static. Now, such a kind of web applications where dynamic content is there, uh, they need server, obviously, servers or containers. But for static web applications, say educational institute is there, they just want to create a web application where people can view, right? Suppose a particular techie want to write blogs or provide some papers, articles. So S3 is great for such a kind of use cases to host a static website. Now let us just also upload a sample HTML page, and we will enable static website. Upload. I have this particular index.html, or I have this classy free website template. No, I'll not download this. I'll remove. I'll go to my downloads and see what is there in that. Okay, let us upload this. Say add files. It's not coming. It's there here. It's a static website. It's not opening. Let me open it here. Let's go and do it one more time. Add files. Okay. Now I'll upload all these. Open. And upload. I'll also upload a folder. which is a related content of this classy files is there. So this one. Okay. I want to upload whole of this. Upload. Upload. Okay. Now I'll make this particular index.html, or I'll make all of them public. Maybe index.html is enough, but let's see. Maybe some files which has to be accessed by index.html, we should also make them public. Now we will enable static web hosting. For that, I'll go to properties. Static web hosting option will be there. Let us enable it. See, we will give a name as index.html. Whatever name you have given to your default web page for your static website, you can give that. If it is not index, if it is something else, you can give that. And save changes. Okay, now let us see how our S3 bucket can host a static website. Now this is the static website endpoint. See, this web application is coming from S3. And further, you can also suppose any logs are coming, any entries are coming. If you need a database in the backend, you can integrate S3 with the database service. Right? Let me go to relational database service. We talked about relational databases, right? Now I will be not creating a relational database. Time might not be sufficient, but just to show you the option, go to RDS. You can restore data from S3. Right, a lot of data integrations can be happen. Suppose if you have mixed variety of data coming into S3, that's what S3 is popular for, unstructured data. Now you can restore the data which is suitable for database. You can restore from S3. Now let me wind up. We talked about different storage solutions, and among those different storage solutions, S3 is an object storage, which is a storage solution for unstructured data. And you can save content on S3, not only just because it's unstructured. If you want to put that content on the internet, you can share your objects here on the S3. Suppose you don't want to put the content on the internet, still you can use S3 for your applications to write or read from the S3. Now, if your applications are getting mixed variety of data, images, videos, and the text documents, server-side logs, click-through rates, etc., variety of data is coming from your application. Now you can dump all this into the S3 and you can restore the data which is suitable for your databases from S3. And you can also trigger event notifications, other functions based upon the data, and you can integrate into the respective sources. Suppose the data coming into the S3 should be analyzed. Yes, you can take that data to your machine learning algorithms. Now, your IoT devices has to write data. Yes, you can program your IoT devices to write data into S3. And this is S3 is an like a managed platform. We call it as a platform as a service because most of the things related to S3 is managed by AWS itself. And most of the object storage solutions are like that only. Cloud manages them. And that's why a lot of integrations will be there for object storage solutions because they can have unstructured data and they are managed by cloud itself. Okay, guys. That is about S3, and there are many more things to know about S3. A variety of applications can integrate data, either read or write from S3. Now we have seen how to upload an object, access that object, and also we have seen we can host a static website. Now all these are files related to the website, and index.html is the main page. Now a static website hosting can be done on the here. Right, and S3 is integratable with RDS databases, NoSQL databases. And also applications can easily write into these databases using S3 endpoint. Okay, that's like a quick introduction to make you understand about the different storage solutions available on the cloud. If you have any queries, guys, you can please ask. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the session. If you want to watch more webinars like this, you can visit our YouTube channel, 360digitmg.com. You can visit our website. We have a YouTube channel. Okay, please visit. If you find worthy, please subscribe. Okay, guys, then. Hope you all enjoyed the session. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.